Hi guys, today I'll be covering arrays in PHP. Okay, so basically I've learned array in C, C++, Java in your BCA degrees. So the same concept is being used in PHP, but with a different syntax. Okay, so basically an array is a special variable which can hold multiple values at a time. Suppose if I have so many values, so how to store them? So you can use the array functionality to store more than one kind of items. That is more than one items of one type, so you cannot store a number, you cannot store an integer at a time. For that reason we use different type of arrays. I'll be covering those in few moments, but basically before jumping to an array, there are three types of arrays in PHP, that is indexed array, associative and multidimensional. Okay, so first one is indexed arrays. There are two ways to create an indexed array, but the first one is this: directly accessing, we have a variable, so we're accessing these values. And the syntax to declare an array, I also use an array in PHP is the array name followed by the brackets. Inside you can go with the double quotes or else the single quote, it doesn't matter. So this is syntax to declare or use array in PHP. And the second method to use index arrays is this way, directly initializing by the index number. Don't get confused by this and this. This is the value and this value is stored at this position. So this is known as indexed and this is known as the value, so index value, and this is known as indexed arrays. So coming to a real world example, I have a program here. So since I said in the last video that you have to write the PHP code within this body tag of the HTML, so this is the body tag. And when if you want to use a PHP, you have to use this opening beginning of the PHP, that is angle bracket question mark in PHP, and ending of this PHP tag question mark in the angle bracket. Now since this is an example of indexed array, I have a variable and I'm using array to store these values. So since I said you in the last video that echo is used to print, that is the output in PHP, so echo, you can see I'm writing a comment here, I like department of 0, so at the 0th position the value MB is there, comma, this is a string which is enclosed in double quotes. And also if you want to append something in echo, we have to use this dot operator. Okay, so the output might be I like, so at the index value 0, so MBA, and after that there is a comma, so this will be appended by using this dot operator. Okay, like this, comma, then departments of 1, so at the one index position MC is present, MCA, and followed by this appending operator, and again the appending operator, that is and department 2, so at the department 2 value mtech is present. Okay, so suppose if you want to add here space, you can specify here by removing providing a space here. Okay, so whatever space you provide, it will take automatically here. Okay, so this is a simple example to use an array in PHP, also how to use an indexed array in PHP. Okay, so next we'll see about PHP associative arrays. So I'll read out the definition first. Associative arrays are arrays that use named keys that you assign to them. So the difference in here is named keys. Okay, so why is named keys? Since in the previous since this is an indexed array, at which position, at which index the value has been stored. Okay, same kind of thing here, just name difference and the syntax is different. So named keys in the sense, suppose if you have a variable of an array, and see, you can say this is the key and this is the value, this is the key, this is the value, and this is the key, this is the value. For that reason, if you want to identify an array, so you can identify an array by seeing this symbol. This is known as arrow mark. Okay, since this is an associative array, it has a key and a value, key and a value, and key and a value. This might come used when you jump on the project to achieve some results. Okay, for the demonstration purpose, I have one more example. Again, the HTML, and within the body tag I'm using the PHP code. I have a variable with an array and some key and values, key and values, key and values. Okay, so One more, you can see the difference is in the echo command. Peter is age of Peter. Okay, now this will print the value 35. Okay, just look here carefully. I'm accessing this to display this. In the previous index array, what it was, I was writing dollar, the variable name, and the index number. Okay, so at this index number, what is the value I was printing? And in the same the associative array, I'm using the key value. So what is the key value here? Peter. Okay, I'm using the single quote. Okay, just ignore this is a single quote, same as of this Peter. At this Peter key, what is the value? So 35 will be printed. So the output result will be Peter is 35 years old. Okay, so basically just the main point to remember is that in associative array, or in order to identify associative array, you can identify using this symbol, and if it's not there, you can identify what is the type of array by using this index and the value. So jumping on to the last type, that is multidimensional arrays. This is the self-explanatory, but I'll just give an example. Multidimensional in this sense, this is single array, and if you want to go with a multi-dimensional array, and if you want to go to third dimensional array, and so on. Okay, so I'll jump on to a real world example in order to just understand. Suppose I have a records. Okay, I have a name, stock, and sold. I have bunch of details here. I have C# books in stock. I have 22 and sold 18. I have cloud computing books in stock. I have 55 and sold 25. Okay, so how to fill all the details in a two-dimensional array? Simple thing, declare a variable array, and there one more difference is that inside array, after opening and closing brace, you have to mention again array. Why? Because we are creating a two-dimensional array like this way. Okay, so this array becomes this. Okay, and once inside of this angle brackets, again if you specify the array is here, so this becomes this. Okay, simple one. So in order to fill all these details, in order to use two-dimensional array, this is the syntax. So jumping onto the real world example, this is again HTML file. Okay, one more variable array, inside this values I have, and how to print it. So one more twist here, this is the variable and this is the variable. Okay, if I want to access the first record, I can use at the 0 index 0 value. Okay, at the 0 index second value. Okay, so this will print this one, and this will print this one, sorry, this one. Okay, and this will print this one. Don't get confused, this is denoting the first row, second column, first row, third column, first row, first column, first row, second column, first row, third column. Okay, in index it starts from 0, 1, 2. Okay, so here 0, 1, 2. For that reason, in the first row, this is the first column, second column, third column. So if I want to access the first column, the 0 and 0, that is this one. And if I want to access the second column of the first row, 0, 1, that is 1, and the 2. And if I want to access the third column in the first row, 0, 2, 2, that is the value 18. Okay, simple one. And in this, I'm accessing the remaining rows and columns. Okay, now one more what do you call flexibility in PHP, the number of inbuilt keywords in order to manipulate the arrays. This is a sort function, a descending order, ascending order, k sort, a sort, k sort, kr sort. Okay, some of them have been inbuilt in order to provide some functionality to arrays. So basically I'll go with the sort array first, remaining it's self-explanatory. I'll just give the details in the theory part. So suppose how to use a sort array. Okay, I have a variable known as cars and I have some values here. Okay, if I want to sort it in a specific manner, suppose I want to sort first BMW should come, or else in alphabetical sort, or in uppercase, or else lowercase. So I've taken one length here, And one more, if you want to get the value, that is the count of how many values are there in the array, you can use by using an inbuilt keyword known as count the variable which is declared as an array. So I'm using a for loop here. One more variable. For loop is the same as you used in C, C++, Java, everything. For loop, one variable, initializing it to the length of this array and incrementing it. Echo cars of x. Okay. If I use this sort, it will sort based on which we want. In this case, it will print based on the alphabetical order. That is the BMW, then the Volvo, then the Toyota. Okay. So this example is based on how to use some of the functionality which is only been declared in the PHP library. Okay. So any doubts, just message me, and thank you for this video.